Hello, everyone, and welcome to completing the new validation of education form. This is for the validation of education form that was updated and is now available as of March 2025. Presenting today will be myself, Brittany Waldron. I am the Senior Manager of Certification, in which I oversee our review team who completes the reviews for all applications who come to test for the APRN certifications. I will also be joined by Dr. Page, as well as Caitlin Byrne, a part of our outreach program. When you are ready to begin your process for becoming certified with ANCC, the first step is to create an account. It's never too early. Creating an account is free and can be done at any time in your certification application process. Payment is only due at the time that you submit your application, but it is highly recommended that you create the account prior to starting your application just to be sure that documents have somewhere to go when they are submitted to us for review. So where do you find the validation of education form? This can be found at nursingworld.org on any of the 5 APRN certification website tabs. We have 5 certification exams available for nurse practitioners and clinical nurse specialists. These include adult gerontology acute care, adult gerontology primary care, family nurse practitioner, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, and adult gerontology clinical nurse specialist. Please scroll down to step 3, titled Submit Education Verification Documents. Download and complete the validation of education form. If you have any questions about information such as your accreditation or content in coursework, please reach out to your faculty to assist you. Once that form is completed and signed, please submit along with your clinical hours documentation, which we will go into further detail later. All right, the new validation of education form. This first page provides detailed instructions on what needs to be submitted as a part of your application. This is in conjunction with a completed application online. This is not the application itself. So please fill out the applicant demographics and then move on to page 2. On this page is where you'll find the detailed information about your educational background and program. This will include the role and population of the program you've completed, the degree type, as well as the accreditor of your program. Again, if you have questions about this, please reach out to your faculty to assist you to make sure this information is complete and correct before you submit. Any missing information or incorrect information will delay the processing of your application. Next, we have our program eligibility requirements, which include content in health promotion and differential diagnosis. We also then have the APRN core eligibility requirements. This information must match the transcripts for where you completed the coursework. So if you're transferring information into your current program, that must match the transcript of the school where you completed it. Finally, we need to know the total number of faculty supervised clinical hours completed in your program, and then submit clinical hours documentation to support the number that is there. Once all this information is complete, please sign. It needs to be either handwritten or electronic signature. A typed signature will not be accepted. All right, clinical hours documentation. This may also be considered clinical logs, depending on where you've completed your clinical hours. What needs to be submitted to provide evidence of clinical hours includes documentation showing the student's name, the number of hours completed with a minimum of 500, and then evidence of the population and role. This can either be listing of the program you're in, this can be content on the types of patients you're seeing, or can include linkage to the course that you completed the content in, which can then be verified by your transcript. Some examples of trackers, this is not limited to these two, but just ideas of where you might track this information, includes Typhon Exact or other types of programs. Basically, the question to ask is, how does your school verify that you've completed your clinical hours? A summary is all that we need to show that you've met the minimum requirements. Please do not provide any patient information. We do have 2 examples here of logs that have been submitted to us. These are just examples. If your school provides a different way of tracking, we will take a look at that to determine acceptability. So now that you have all your documents together, what's next? So we do have some options for submitting your documents. This can include completing the online application, where there is an option to upload your documents as a part of the application itself. But if those documents are not available at that time, please submit your application and then later upload your documents to the online portal. These are both the preferred method of document submission, provides faster processing times and faster linkage to your account. For these two, the online application and portal submissions, we can accept validation of education forms, unofficial transcripts, and clinical hour documentation, and any other documents you may need to submit, RN license, or anything else that backs your application. Please do not submit official transcripts to the online application or portal, as they will be considered unofficial. If you're unable to submit through the online application or the portal, we do have an email address available. You can submit your documents there as well. It is aprnvalidation@ana.org. Just a reminder, for a transcript to be considered official, it must come directly from your school to ANCC. All right, now I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Page to speak about different faculty outreach opportunities we have.
Thank you so much. On our APRN faculty and staff members who are interested in setting up a free information session with all of the great information Brittany has provided, you should contact either me and or my team at certificationoutreach@ana.org. And we can help you to set up information sessions for going through and taking your students through this process.
Hello, my name is Caitlin Byrne, and I oversee the social media and outreach engagements at ANCC trade shows. We do recommend either visiting us at one of our booths at our upcoming trade shows or following us on social media. Feel free to scan this QR code to get access to our Facebook page. We'll have information about upcoming webinars, upcoming trade shows, important updates, wonderful stories of inspiration, and much more. So stay connected with us through these platforms, and we'll be able to provide you with the essential information needed. We do thank you again for watching our video about filling out the VOE form. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us at aprnvalidation@ana.org. Thank you.